1972 was a busy year for Pink Floyd. January began with rehearsals and the first tryout of The Dark Side of the Moon at the Dome, Brighton, which was cut short during the song Money due to technical issues. The rest of the UK tour was a success as they shaped and developed the Dark Side project. February saw the band at Chateau d'Hérouville, making the soundtrack obscured by clouds. There followed tours of Japan and North America and the start of recording at Abbey Road. Next was a European tour with the Roland Petit Ballet Company. January through February 73, there were further sessions at Abbey Road Studios to complete the album.
Dark Side of the Moon was an expression of political, philosophical, humanitarian empathy that was desperate to get out.
Dark Side, I think it felt like the whole band were working together. It was a very creative time. We're all very open as well.
I think because we still had a common goal.
All four of us were there, and there was a discussion about putting the album together and making it into this themed, what is now called a concept album.
In the context of March 1973, when The Dark Side of the Moon was released, there were various reasons why it was such an innovative, such a fresh piece of work. Meticulously recorded at Abbey Road Studios 2 and 3 over the span of a year, it was following some major themes, particularly from the mind of Roger Waters and the rest of the band. Madness, isolation, alienation, sadness are in fact brought to you as a listener with music which is often very warm and rather joyous.
There are a number of things that impinge upon an individual that colour his view of existence. There are pressures that are capable of pushing you in one direction or another, whether they push you towards insanity, death, empathy, greed, whatever. This is what this record is about. What Pink Floyd began to do in their previous two albums and really succeeded in doing in The Dark Side of the Moon was to find a way of linking not just a whole side of an album, but the whole thing from start to finish. Breathe in the air, don't be afraid to care. In fact, I think within the context of the music and within the context of the piece as a whole, people are prepared to accept that simple exhortation, to be prepared to stand your ground and attempt to live your life in an authentic way.
I think it was a very, very happy and creative and enjoyable time when we made this album.
It was probably the most focused moment in our career in terms of all of us working together as a band.
I can clearly remember that moment of sitting and listening to the whole mix all the way through and thinking, my God, we've really done something fantastic here.
There's nothing plastic about it, there's nothing contrived about it. And I think that's what has given it its, or maybe one of the things that's given it its longevity.
And all you create, and all you destroy, and all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you slight, and everyone you fight, and all that is now,
The album went straight to #1 in the Billboard chart and has since sold over 45 million copies worldwide, remaining in the top 200 chart for 33 years.